All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all honor and all glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruchah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth from. Shalom. Tari Sincere Akim, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. May peace and blessings be upon your households. And Shalom to you, Aqua, for listening and tune in as well. And just, wanted to quickly touch on something I've been meditating on, just throughout this day. And, the title of this lesson is going to be All I See is the Kingdom. Because as we get closer to the end of, Esau's, rulership underneath the spiritual demon Satan, there's going to be more distractions that are going to be thrown our way. And it's just something you gotta you gotta recognize through the spirit. When the spiritual demon Satan is trying to distract you from doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Just something I've been recognizing, through the spirit. I would say for the last maybe 3 weeks or so. I've been noticing that there's been more distractions being thrown my way. And what I mean by that is, if you got a woman, for you Akim, you got a kids, okay, a woman, all right, a household to tend to, those things can be used as distractions, man. All right, from keeping us from doing, the work of the Lord, how do I want to say it? Doing the work of the Lord, fluently. All right, being on fire, man. Doing the work of the Lord. All right, and those distractions, man, can if you let it, throw you off your game, so to speak. And that's just something you got to recognize through the spirit. We got to, keep our eyes single towards the kingdom, because at this point that's all that matters. Because the spiritual demon Satan, man, he's gonna come harder. He's gonna throw more distractions, okay, our way. All right, whether it be through your woman, your children, okay, these women in the world, all right, and that's something I've been noticing through the spirit, man, is women being thrown my way, all right, as distractions, all right, and even in the world, man, I never had issues or problem with getting women, things of that nature. But I know, all right, when things seem too good to be true, or things seem too easy, man. Okay, and you got to recognize, all those things are used as distractions, to throw us off our square, so to speak. So with that, let's go ahead and grab Matthew 6:21. And it reads, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." All right. So where your treasure is, what you put your time in money and in investment and things of that nature into, that's where your mind is gonna be. You can tell a lot about a person in what they invest their time into. You got people that are into, the stock markets, people that are into sports, they know all the stats, and they know everything when it comes to the sports world. All right, whatever it may be, man, that's where your heart is going to be, your mind is going to be. Okay, the things that you hold dear to, the things that you treasure. Some people, it's material things, okay, cars, homes, all right, clothes, things of that nature, man. All right, and in our hearts should be towards, the kingdom. All right, all you should see is the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay, and that's it. I mean, there's a balance to it. We still have to, maneuver in this world. You got bills to pay. All right, children to tend to. You may have a woman, or things of that nature. But the kingdom, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shai should be all that we see. That should be the only thing in our peripheral, so to speak, man. Okay. A woman shouldn't be, all that you see. Okay, your children, your job, and all these things can take us away, from what's important, and that's this truth, in the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. And like I was saying, the closer we get, man, to the end, there's going to be more distractions in the way. Way more distractions that are going to come our way. And you can't be naive, to those distractions, man. All right. Let's go to the next verse. This is Matthew 6:22, and it reads, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Okay? So our eye has to be single. All right? That's, keeping keeping our body full of light, man. Keeping our eyes single towards Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, which is, this wisdom, this truth. And ultimately, the kingdom, man. Because the kingdom is going to be well worth, the sacrifices we make on this side. All right. Putting off the flesh. Which 2/3 are not willing to do. They're not willing to put off the flesh, and keep their eyes single. Their eye is everywhere. All sorts of, Jake is in all sorts of folly, and distractions. And that's why it's important, for us to keep our eyes single. Focused on Yahweh Shema Shai. Because it's very easy to lose focus, man. Hey, you see that in a lot of, you see that in the sports world. You see football games, basketball games, baseball games. When it's in the fourth quarter, those last few seconds, man, those are the moments that matter the most. Okay? And you can't lose focus in those moments, because that'll cost you the game. All right? And it's the same thing in this truth. We can't lose focus, at the end of this thing. We gotta lock in even more. Like the brother, the elder brother down in Mississippi. He says that a lot, man. Lock into the spirit. Okay, especially now, man. Lock in. Okay, now more than ever, because we're at the end. In these last few seconds, it's gonna be very vital. That we keep our eyes single, man. All right, let's go to not gonna be a quick lesson. I mean a long lesson, Salakia. This is going to be Matthew 7:13, and it reads, "Enter ye in at the straight gate." Okay, so we're getting ready, to enter into that straight gate. Meaning what? Difficulty, and it's going to require a great amount of, discipline, being focused. Keeping our eyes single. All I see is the kingdom, man. That should be our main focus in these last seconds, man. For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. All right, and these 2/3 and the rest of these, these heathens, they're being led to destruction. They're taking the broad way. They're not, they ain't focused on the kingdom. They can care less. They don't care about Yahweh Shema Shah's will. They're doing the bidding of Satan. And many there be that go in thereat. All right. So there's going to be more that take, the broad way, bowing down to the beast system, taking the sea hip. And that's the broad way. It's because it's easy. It's easy to go to Broadway, but it's harder. It takes more discipline and focus. Keeping your eyes single to enter in at the straight gate. Okay, going the difficult way. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. All right? Straight is the gate and narrow is the way, but that leads unto life. Keeping on a straight and narrow path, keeping your eyes single is going to lead us unto life. Life, everlasting, immortality, man. That's what we seek for. But, within doing that, you got to, keep your eye on the kingdom. Because there's a lot of distractions out here. Okay, a lot of distractions, man. You got this Trump ordeal going down. All right, these train derailments and all these different distractions that Esau Edom is throwing out there to the masses. Okay, but it's not going to deceive the elect. Lord willing, we be of that number, man. It's not going to deceive us, because we're keeping our eye, focused on the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, let's go to, I want it off here, Matthew 6:28, and it reads, and why take ye thought for raiment, considering the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. All right, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, man. We, all the things of the world that can distract us. How are we going to feed our families? How are we going to do this and do that? These are things we shouldn't take thought for, because Yahweh Shema Shai he's going to provide, man. That's where that faith is going to have to kick in. Matthew 6:29, and it reads, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Matthew 6:30, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Okay? So if the Lord, takes care of the grass of the field, okay, by watering it, giving it its nourishment to grow, all right, how much more is Yahweh Shema Shai gonna take care of us? Even though all these distractions, are maybe thrown our way, all right, to get you to doubt. The Lord's gonna take care of us, man. That's where we gotta have faith. That's where we gotta remain focused. Because like I was saying in the beginning, there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come our way to try to get us, unfocused. To focus on other things instead of focusing on the kingdom. Instead of focusing on Yahweh Shema Shai. Matthew 6:31, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? All right, so we don't need to take any thought of where our food and our clothing and our shelter is gonna come from, during Jacob's trouble, man. All right, all we got to do is just focus on the kingdom. That's what the Lord is requiring of us, all right, to do his will, focus on him, right, and just do the work, man. Everything else is going to fall into place. Matthew 6:32, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek. All right? These heathen, these nations, these are things that they worry about. This is why they bugging out. Especially these Edomites, because they're not used to, they ain't used to really going through hardships. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. The Lord knows what we need, man. All right? All we got to do is keep our eyes single. Keep focusing on the kingdom, man, because we're almost there. Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. All right, so that's what we got to do, man. Seek the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai first. Keeping our eyes single. Everything else is secondary. All right? We got to seek the kingdom first, man. And everything else is going to, like I said, fall into place. We just got to believe that. All right? The Lord didn't bring us this far to let us, go down, man. Or let us, be overtaken by the enemy. So with that, we'll go ahead and in this lesson, Lord willing, it was edifying and uplifting. Till the next time, Shalom.